Okay, let's go over how I set it up. First, we go into Chrome Remote Desktop, and then we access the computer with the network attached drive, which is the RAID0, and that's this drive here. Now, if you just go to the drive and try to share it, it's going to give you the advanced settings. Even though it shows that it's shared, I don't like to go this route. There's some connection issues. So what I do is make a folder and share this folder, like give access to home group, view edit. And then that will give you the full access from all of the other computers. And this is the home group, all of the computers on the home group. Okay, so let's just minimize that. Now on the other PCs that you want to access the drive with, go into network. If you go into home group, you will not be able to map the network drive. You have to go into network and then right click, and it'll give you the option to map the network drive. And once you've mapped the network drive, it should show up just like a regular hard drive. This is the RAID on the 780i, and this is on a media PC, so you can access that. You can delete folders, files. Let's go ahead and do a transfer. Okay, so over here we have the network drive, and over here we have the local drive. This is also a RAID0, and this is the NAS, which is a RAID0. So let's delete this. And this is all of my video files for this video. So let's just drag this over and copy it and see how fast we can get. This is completely network dependent. We're maxing out at 112 megabytes per second. It's fairly steady. That was a pretty fast transfer. Okay. And now you can also access other computers. For instance, I have somewhere, there's so much here, it's hard to find sometimes. These are movies on a computer in my bedroom. So I don't know if I'll get copyright for doing this, but you can actually just watch these movies strictly from that hard drive without having to download it first. That's about all I'm going to show of that. The problem with this computer is it has a 100 megabit net card in it. So it'll max out at about 10. It's actually has a 100 megabit card, so its max speed is going to be 10, but it might get a little faster than that. So it makes it just above 11, which is super slow, but it's about as fast as most people's internet speed. Okay, so now let's do a benchmark. We'll open, and when that's done, we'll view the internal operations per second, which doesn't really matter when you're just transferring files back and forth. If I was using it for gaming or video editing, then it would matter. Let's go over our IOPS. 18,645, 17,189, almost 190. Looks like 2,075. And on the rights we have 3,929, 4,033, and 1,548. Okay, so let's get a little snippet of that. Snippet. Oh, this thing's in the way. Okay, let's save that to our NAS drive. We'll call this NAS bench. We'll save it to the NAS. Okay, now let's bench. This is just a regular Western Digital Blue 640 gigabyte with 60% usage. That's going to slow it down a little bit, not much. That's just a storage drive. So we'll go ahead and bench that drive and we'll compare it. We're going to save it NAS bench. Okay. And let's go ahead and bench that. 639, 627, 226, and on the rights we have 596, 580, 497. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this one. And we'll do one more benchmark. Let's save this one to the NAS as, we'll just call this single HDD bench. Okay. Now let's benchmark. The same drive, the RAID drive here, only we'll do that if I have disk mark. We'll do that through the actual computer. So this is not over the network. It's the RAID NAS drive, but not over the network. So we'll go ahead and bench that one. 25,717, 27,173, 6,587, and on the rights we have 4,006, 3,896, 2,601. If we were on a 10 gigabit LAN, then we would actually be able to utilize all of this read and write performance. But we can only take advantage of about 112, 115, something like that. So really, one single drive is plenty fast enough for a regular network. Unless you have a 10 gigabit network, RAID0 is pointless unless you just want one solid storage. Otherwise, I would do all 4 drives individually and not risk corrupted data and stuff like that running RAIDs over networks. Although it seems to be working just fine. I can't complain. No issues. I haven't really used it a lot. I've just kind of been messing around with it here. We've been watching movies from one PC to another, so that way you don't have to have a movie collection on every PC in the house. We have like I don't know, how many movies do we have? Let's see. We have 247 movies, and let's see if it'll give us the properties of that. It's like only 275 gigabytes of movies, but I have a whole bunch more movies I'm going to put on here. Probably another 2 or 3 or 400 movies, so that's gonna get upwards of a terabyte. So putting that on every computer in the house is kind of pointless when you can just watch these movies from one hard drive. And here are the 3 benchmarks that we performed. The first one being just a regular benchmark of the RAID, and then the RAID over a network, and then just a single hard drive on a SATA port to show the differences. Thanks for watching.